Hello everyone, it's Sketchbox time. This is the February 2026, I can't believe it. Is it really? It is. Sketchbox Premium Art Supply Box. Alright, let's see what's in here. Looks like maybe we got it all. Noisy tissue paper, hopefully there's a sticker somewhere. Moving that aside, and this interesting little contraption is trying to get away. Ooh, it's solid, whatever it is. Alright, we have a monochromatic pastel premium box. Pastels, full disclosure, not my favorite medium. Tend to be messy and it's a sensory thing, but we shall give it a chance here. And we have a little QR code and a lesson. Ooh, that's a very nice orca. Let's see, where's the menu? Here we go, that's what I want to look at. And it looks like, we're still doing the whole Sketchbox signature thing. I've already said things about that in the past, so if you haven't heard it, go back and look at a previous box. I'm gonna pull out our, oh, there's my sticker. Yay! Oh, look at that, so cute. I do love the little shaped themed stickers. Well, he doesn't really need to be in frame, does he? Alright, I'm trying to keep everything in frame. I'm gonna scoot the menu over. Actually, here, I'll just pause for a moment with the least amount of glare, hopefully. And if you want to pause and look at that closer, you can. And I think I might want to zoom in a smidge. That's about as close as I can get. Alright, ooh, I like that little box. I don't know. Okay, this looks pretty exciting. We have, for our surface, a toned royal blue paper pad by Royal Talons. We've got 12 sheets, 4x6, 180 grams per meter squared. 120 pounds. It says it's good for drawing, pastel, acrylics, gouache, ink, charcoal, lots. Ooh, it really didn't want to let me have a piece of it. Boy, that's tough on it. Those are some lovely leaves. I think they're leaves. And you know what I'm seeing? There is ink on there. I want to try ink on this. We didn't get ink, but that's okay. I do love blue. I love the blue family of colors. And interestingly, I feel like I can see just, I don't know if you can, a little bit of white specks in the paper. That is neither here nor there, but I'm just making that observation. So it basically says it's the perfect beginning monochromatic color. We're going with a blue theme here, but those aren't blue. But I do love blues. And look at that, I've already got ink on my fingers. Ah! What should we try first? Look at this, this is so exciting. Derwent drawing pencils. I do love colored pencils, even though they're kind of a slow medium. But if you didn't see, I recently got to go to London and I brought back some supplies, and I did bring back a few individual Derwent drawing pencils, and I don't think that any of them were in any of these shades, which we have Oyster, an Arctic. They both look pretty similar, although this one looks a little warmer maybe, and then we have Midnight. So let's just see what they look like on the blue paper. Midnight looks like a super dark blue, almost black. Ooh, and it is darker than this paper. So that is a nice, it does look almost, I just said almost black. Let me repeat myself again, but it does look very dark. This could be a black. I think it could. I'm kind of curious what it looks like on white, though. We have 60... Why am I saying... Midnight. This... I'm just going to write the color number. I'm all over the place here. And here's a lovely scrap of who knows what watercolor paper. And I just want to see what it looks like on there. Still super dark, but let me see if I can just... Yeah, I mean... If you use your imagination... There's a hint of blue in there, but honestly, just with my naked eye, I can't really tell. It does look like a cool black, maybe. Yeah. Anyway, let's stop overthinking that. Actually, I'm going to keep that paper handy, because these two, I might want to see what they look like on white also. Ooh, nice, nice. This looks like a bisque color, and this is Oyster. Just gonna go with the color number. Wait. Yes. Boy, I really messed up my... And I wonder what they look like right next to each other, because we have Arctic. Ooh, yeah, I can see a difference. Can you guys see a difference there? I can't tell what it's looking like on screen. 7145, they're just 10 numbers away. I think this one's warmer and this one's cooler. And we'll get you closer to have a look at that, all three of those. And you know what? I'm just gonna say Dee. That's how I went drawing. That's my shorthand in my swatches. Now let's see. We have. Get off there. Am I in frame still? Yes. Ooh. So oyster. It almost looks pinky. And yes, that's definitely confirming the warmer theory. Ooh, look at this one. Arctic. Okay, I like these a lot. They looked so samey on the blue, but can you guys see the difference there? It's like a super light blue white and a super light pinky white. And those are really great. I love that. And I do like these pencils anyway. So happy to have them. Although one of the ones I picked up in London was grape. And it must have had a problem with the core because, you know, when they break when you sharpen them, that was really sad. So we'll have to see how these hold up. I'm not the gentlest of art supply users, although I do try to be very careful, and I don't throw them around or anything. Now, this looks pretty exciting too. We have, except for the fact that it's Sketchbox signature. Nothing against that, I wanted, you know, do want to try more name brand stuff recently. I'll look that up and say when it was in the top of the screen there. This was a recent acquisition in a Sketchbox, and we got 6 of them, and I really like how they work. These, I think, do want to be shaken. We have white, black, and sapphire. They're acrylic brush markers. I kind of call them paint pens. Here is sapphire. This is a beautiful blue color. And I just love how juicy these are. Did I get this dusty? I don't know where that dust is coming from. Just ignore that. And let's just see. I think if you hit it with water right away, which of course I don't have anything, that it is movable. Yes, okay. But remember, this paper did not say watercolor. It did say gouache, though, so you can handle some water. All right, there's a sapphire. Lovely. And of course, black. Shouldn't be too surprising. Let's see how it looks on this paper. Like these tips, they remind me a little bit of Tombow, the stiffness of it, or flexibility of it, if you will, which I like. Good for, you know, if you have the hand lettering skill, they work really well for that. Now this is soaking into the paper. You can kind of see it's still wet some, and some of it's dry. And this is dry, and it looks about what it looked like when I put it down. Interestingly, where I hit it with the water, you can see now it had dried a little bit already. So I think if I was going to use it with water, I might just put it onto a palette rather than trying to mix it on the paper like that, just to mitigate some of that partial drying, since we're not working with watercolor paper, and this isn't a watercolor, right? Here we go, is white, and first look, I think, yeah, it looks pretty nice on the paper. Whites are interesting. I find that sometimes they'll soak into the paper and be not as opaque as when I first laid it down. So I'm noticing that here, like when I first lay it down, while it's still wet, it just looks really opaque and really white. But then it sort of takes some of the hue of whatever's behind it, so it's not as starkly white and opaque. It just kind of depends on if you mind that. We will give it a second to dry and then try to go right on the top of it and see if that helps. I'll go part way over and leave the tail, and then maybe I'll do a third swipe in a moment. I saved the best for last, right? No, I saved my least favorite for last. Like the box. Oh, and I have to open. We have a selection of, it looks pretty like quality pastel sticks. Icy Whisper, Morning Fog, Bleu Celeste, Tropical Surf, Electric Blue and Onyx, and it says, discover our brand new Sketchbox signature soft chalk pastels, a curated collection of professional grade hand molded chalk pastels. These velvety pastels are designed to bring depth, emotion, interesting, and atmosphere to your artwork. This exclusive set features a harmonious range of blue tones from soft sky hues to deep indigos, perfect for seascapes, portraits, and expressive abstract work. Portraits? That one confuses me because they're all blue, but maybe you just do a blue portrait in monochromatic. And they glide effortlessly, blending smoothly for layered textures, subtle gradients. Okay, that's enough of that reading. You can just fast forward that. Alright, let's see what we got here. Ooh, well, you know what makes up for the whole pastel part, which I don't love pastels and chalks and anything like that. It's in my favorite colors, so that's nice. I'm gonna do another layer of white on this first part with my white paint pan, and then we're just gonna have to touch these, right? I'm gonna pick them up like this so they're easier to get out. And there you go, look at that. I'm already dirty. What is this guy? This is a Sketchbox signature pastel holder. It says keep your hands clean, yay! While working with the soft pastels. Well, I like that idea. But how do you work it? Oh, there we go. Push the back and it looks like it kind of opens up and then retracts and grabs it. Let's see. Of course, in order to get it in there, you kind of have to touch it the first time, right? Well, it's holding it. Let's just leave the names off. Whoa. We've got dust already. Okay. Yes, you're working with a pastel, okay? A chalk pastel. It's gonna be dusty. And yes, I am talking to myself because I do that. There's Onyx. And there's, yeah. If you have breathing problems, like sensitive lungs, this might not be the supply for you either. And actually, to be honest, since I don't really love pastels, I don't even know if these are good. They're very colorful. I like the color so far. Whew. And it is going to be all over me. Oh, come on, hold that. Tell me in the comments, like, do you really think that this whole holder thing is saving me from getting messy, or am I doing something wrong here? Is there a way to pick it up without touching it? Ooh, well, hey. This one's Morning Fog. It looks like a lovely periwinkle color. And boy, oh boy, the dust is really striking. This one, Icy Whisper. Nice. I like the pastel holder. I wonder if it works for anything else. Like if I didn't keep these, am I going to find another use for this little guy? It's a nice mechanism. It seems to work well. It does. I'm doing it like this. It hurts my finger a little bit, but that's probably because it takes a bit of force to push it in, and you know, sometimes I overdo it. So that might be a me problem. Also, look at me. I got stuff everywhere. You want to see the amount of dust on here? Ooh, pretty. Okay, so what do we do with that dust? Well, let me get a piece of paper. It seems like a lot of waste to me too. Maybe that's why I don't like, but you know, with all this extra pigment that comes off, and then you have to seal it too. Tell me what you think in the comments if you're a pastel person. Here's all that dust. Do you have an idea for what to do with that? Can you turn it into something? Also, like, if you love pastels, tell me why. Tell me more about it. Not that it's going to change the fact for me, because I just don't like getting it on me, but I love this color range. So it kind of makes up for the fact that it's probably not something I'm going to keep. I mean, to be honest, chalk pastels, I just probably won't use it. I won't go for it because I don't like the feel of it. So that's kind of disappointing, but that's kind of me. And when you get an art subscription box where they're trying to try different things, you're going to get stuff that you won't use every now and then. But I know some people that will use it, so I will pass it on eventually. But I am going to try something with this, and we need to look at the prompt. It is sea creatures. Well, what comes to mind, I do have one of my favorite animals. I would consider it a sea creature. So maybe I will try to do something with that. Alright, on to the artwork. I think I'm done. I probably could keep messing with it, but I think that's about it. I definitely struggled with the pastels because, wow, they just get everywhere. And then I forget, and then, okay, I'm like all stained. But one interesting thing that I hadn't noticed earlier, I'll show you here, while I was working on the penguin, was that when, I didn't really use this one much at all, oyster, but I think I was using Arctic. Look at that! I didn't even know. Like, these make a nice combination of, like, you really see the blue. What am I trying to say? You really see the blue in Midnight when you go over it with Arctic. So, look at that color combination. I just wanted to share that quickly because it just, the colors are amazing. They go so well together, all of them. Not sure about the different mediums, like, you know, there's definitely a learning curve to pastels, dry pastels and stuff. But I love the paint pens. I love the colored pencils. I love the colors. I'm probably not going to end up keeping the chalk pastels, even though they're such beautiful colors, but I just don't see myself using it because it's just way too messy for my comfort zone. Otherwise, I really like what was in this box. Maybe I'll try to use them a few more times. But yeah, there it is. How did you like the box today? Let me know in the comments and share your thoughts, ideas, etc. I love to hear it. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful and creative day.